All right, so we're going to move on to a major event, not major event, but a big event that we missed that I definitely wanted to at least touch on. Had a couple interesting things, but over in Germany, in Cologne, there was Gamescom, which is always, it's one of the major events. I mean, what would you say? Well, in years past, there was always E3,
Gamescom,
Game
Tokyo Game
Awards,
Show.
Gamescom, Tokyo Game Show, which I think Tokyo Game Show's coming up, isn't
Yeah.
it? Soon. Yeah.
And I think PAX is another one too, right?
PAX, yeah, I forgot about
Yeah.
PAX, yeah.
Yeah,
PAX
PAX is
Um,
really isn't it more indie focused though? Or am
I
I wrong
mean,
on that?
still games. I mean,
Not
at the
true.
end of the day.
So I actually didn't think there was a heck of a whole lot. I felt like this Gamescom was a little slow, but I did have a couple major announcements, and I don't have everything. But the stuff I felt was the most interesting, I at least put down here, and I don't have much notes on. I just have we'll just talk about what you guys think about the announcement in general. So one of the more interesting things I thought was there was a new Dune game that was announced called Awakening, which is an open world survival MMO. I mean, any interest from you guys in Dune? In Dune? No.
Dune's
Been a
cool.
while
I'm
since
the
I've
only
been
one.
to a Doom game.
I don't have a lot of feelings one way or the other about it. I know isn't the developer for this the same developer as doing with that Conan Exiles game?
Oh, I don't remember. I don't have that.
Pretty sure. Which that could be a really good thing in your eye or a really bad thing. Like a lot of people liked that Conan Exiles game, from what I understand. Plenty of people did not. So take that for what it's worth when evaluating what this game is going to be. They revealed nothing about this game that I saw. Like
No, it was a very basic trailer.
yeah, no gameplay, cinematic kind of thing. So if you're into Dune, cool. I mean, Dune's an IP I don't think they've really ever fleshed out too much beyond like the movie and
Couple movies.
yeah. So,
I actually really liked that newest movie I saw. I watched it on a flight. It was pretty good.
yeah, with Aquaman, he had to leave his own movie, so he had something to still do. So
Pretty good. All right, so I can see you guys are just crazy excited about that. So we'll move on to
crazy.
I don't know, something really cool is Sony revealed a new controller. They showed off the DualSense Edge controller. Now I didn't actually look into what this does, other than I'm assuming what it probably has like replaceable triggers of some sort.
it's Sony's
something
Elite.
like that?
I don't think you can
Or-
replace the triggers, but it's got like the paddles on the back. The coolest thing, that's what everybody was talking about, is the entire joystick can come out. So like on the Elite,
Okay.
here's the like first Xbox Elite. You can pop off a little cap on the joystick, but it's still the same joystick. On the PlayStation, whatever it is, DualSense Edge, whatever it is,
DualSense Edge.
you can take out the entire component of the joystick and replace it. So people are like, that's basically going to help you eliminate stick drift, which has been an issue on pretty much every controller this generation. So, granted, we don't know how much that part's going to be. So, is it worth?
They even give a price point for this thing, or I didn't even look.
No, and that's what's scary about it. Like, especially when you're considering they're raising prices. Their controller is what? It's $70 right now for just the base
I've got
controller.
two controllers and one's still in the box, so I'm good for a while.
I'm gonna wager this thing's gonna be, man. Oh, it's more than
No, 150,
100.
150, 200, yeah.
Like I would say 150, but they might go lower. Like I know the Xbox has dropped the price to their Elite 2. I think it's $130 now. So Sony might try to get close to that. Like I don't know. I just know they've raised prices already, so they're definitely not willing to pass off or eat the cost. They want to pass it off to consumer right now. So unless they're going to make a big flip when it comes to these controllers, I'm expecting this thing to be very pricey. Maybe it's worth it to you. I don't know, but I've had bad luck with some of my Elites, like the new Elite that came out. Yes, this is a Microsoft thing, but spending $150 or some on a controller and then stupid little things break on it. Like I've had bumpers break or like buttons not respond. Maybe the Sony one's gonna be better, but that's a big investment. And I don't game at that level to really care about having all that.
I've got a couple issues with my Switch, man. Both of my Joy-Cons on my Switch drift. Some of the buttons aren't responsive now. My Pro controller has drift on one of the analogs too, man. All of that stuff is like,
Better
and
go
I'm
send
like,
them in.
huh?
Better go send them in. They're doing them for free, pretty much.
Well,
If you're within a certain time frame, I doubt you are at this point.
No, I'm not.
Actually, I don't think that's true because I just sent mine out recently and they did
Really?
it for free, no problem.
Did
Yeah.
they? Oh, maybe I'll check it out.
I did both of them.
Oh, I've got a couple extended then. I'll check.
Yeah.
And they replaced the rubber thing on it too.
Oh,
Mm.
So everything, I was like, cool, okay, I'll take it.
good guy Nintendo.
Something else that's very dear to me and Phoenix is they officially announced a sequel to Tales from the Borderlands, which although
Ooh.
that's not done by oh man, what was the name of the company
Telltale.
that they're out of Telltale. They went out of business, so
Woohoo.
this is
But
officially done. I'm assuming by 2K
I don't remember exactly who. I think it's Gearbox.
Gearbox and
But
2K
to my
Gearbox.
knowledge, a lot of the writers were original writers from the first game, so they hired
Ooh,
Telltale
good.
staff. I don't
That's
know, how much control they have ultimately, or if there's other influences from writing. But I'm hoping they let those guys do their thing because that's part like
I really enjoyed the first one.
yeah, from a narrative standpoint, that's the best Borderlands thing that exists. Like the first Tales of the Borderland. Did you play that, Metal Gamer?
Uh, I did a little bit, but I didn't get into it too heavily.
I
It
thought you
starts
guys
slow.
liked you guys like 3 the most.
Oh, you're funny.
Uh,
No. So no, I think I'm hoping they. I watched the trailer and it looks like they are going to continue at least threads from the original story. I saw some of the old characters in there, so this should be good. I'm curious what the gameplay is going to be like. Are they going to stick with that Telltale style since it's not really a Telltale game anymore? Is it going to be like a different type of game just with that kind of narrative added to it? I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting.
would you still play it if the twins were the main characters?
You're ruining this for me, Chaz. I'm just saying.
The best characters in all of Borderlands. But yeah, overall, I would say for me, I'm super excited. I'm as long as it's similar to the first one.
We'll
All
find
right,
out.
so we're gonna move on to the next game, which Phoenix has dubbed Poop. So, what do you guys think about
No,
Poop? Are you excited?
Why are you reading my notes? These are hidden. They're supposed to be secret from the viewers, all 2 of them.
I thought the trailer for Poop looked really good.
Yeah. No, I didn't mean
All right.
that title as a indicative quality of the game. I just wanted to say something weird in the chat. Thanks a lot, Chaz. You're ruining everything.
Yeah. So yeah, another game. Something I'm not crazy about is Souls likes, but I know this is probably maybe the most anticipated game from this event. It was a game called Liza P, which apparently it's like based on Pinocchio.
Dark Pinocchio.
Yeah, Dark Pinocchio. What do you guys think? You excited for another Souls like? I'm not.
I haven't played almost any of them. There's very few like true Souls-like games I've gone through. Not that I'm against them by any means. I just usually I don't know. It's either the setting or whatever just doesn't quite appeal to me. Like I'm not a big fantasy game player in that regard, so I've
I just
avoided
don't like
like
the game style. I don't like the gameplay.
I don't mind the gameplay. I'm okay with a hard game, so that doesn't really bother me too much. But I don't know. It looks cool. It was throwing off. What is it? Remember those Alice Madness games, Return to Madness?
I like that game. I like that one.
So it kind of has a. I mean, I don't know if it's quite as horror-y as that, but it definitely has that kind of dark, twisted feel on the narrative. So I think that might be kind of cool to see that with Pinocchio spin. I might try it. I don't know. I said I'm not huge on Souls-like gameplay, but I'm not against it either. So
I think more particularly, people were saying the theme of this game reminds them very much of Bloodborne more than like the Souls like. Because
Ooh.
Bloodborne's a more modern, I think, thematically time frame.
Bloodborne's a good game.
But yeah. Another thing, we'll just move us right on. Something you guys really like is Killer Clowns from Outer Space. The multiplayer game got announced. I actually really liked the trailer if you got to watch it.
yeah,
It's made by the people that make a lot of those other styled multiplayer games. What is it?
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th and Evil Dead and Predator.
Mhm.
That
That's
developer.
exciting.
I'm pretty excited about this. Like, I'll tell you, there are few horror movies that have ever like got to me. Killer Clowns from Outer Space that scarred me when I was like 7. Walked into my uncle's like den. It was like I was seeing the clowns shove people into cotton candy cocoons. Ruined me, man. I couldn't look at clowns for like 20 years. But honestly, I've kind of gotten over that. We went to Halloween Horror Nights a couple of years ago, and they had Killer Clowns as one of the scare zones.
Supposed to go with you guys, and I couldn't get out of work or something stupid.
So
That's such a fun-
it's a lot of fun. Like looking back at it now, it's such a fun, campy kind of horror thing. I'm happy to see it kind of make a resurgence, and the game looks pretty cool. I like that asymmetric style game where like some of you play as the horror monster or whatever XY, and then everybody else is trying to escape from them. So I'm assuming it's going to be like that, unless everybody's just playing as clowns. But
What are you gonna do? Knock my block off?
Yeah, we'll see.
Uh,
I think it'll be very exciting.
I'm excited, yeah, and I would almost all of those other games have been semi-budget titles, so it's probably only going to be 40, $50. I know all the other games. Evil Dead, I think, was like 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, the nice thing about those games is they're simple. They do one thing. They're not trying to, be this big expansive AAA thing. Like I know with Friday the 13th, it was just straight up asymmetric. One guy's what you call it? My brain just stopped.
Jason.
Jason, man. I want to say
Yeah.
Freddy, and I knew that was wrong. So yeah, Jason and everybody else are the campers just running around, and it's simple. I doubt you could play that for like years on its own, but
Well, I know like Dead by Daylight attempts to do more with that style, whereas like those games, like you said, they're very simple. I know Dead by Daylight attempts to do a bunch of different things. I don't know anything about it.
yeah, I know like they have we could have like a whole bunch of different serial killers, but I kind of like that these are just so focused. Like it's this very just like pure
I want to play the
experience.
Evil Dead one. I still haven't played it.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward
Mm.
to it.
All right. Did you have anything to say on Killer Clowns? I don't know if you got anything
Nope.
in. No.
I'm good. I like Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Actually, when we went to Halloween Horror Nights, I kept pointing out clowns to Phoenix because I wanted to see him get scared. Of course,
It was my
always
wife who
fun.
got scared the whole time though.
That was the best part.
Chasing her around with the chainsaw was great, but
Oh man, that was wonderful. Um,
So, or sorry, we're good.
oh, go right ahead. Go right ahead.
No, I was gonna say, just I was gonna move us on. I mean, the last major announcement I felt like that was of interest from this Gamescom event was Dead Island 2 finally got announced. That's what they ended the show with. This game that had been in development heck for so many years, it finally seems like it's getting pushed through, and I think it even comes out super quickly. It's in like the next
it's
few
early
months.
next year.
Early
I
next
thought.
year, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, like February or something.
Yeah,
But yeah. I mean, I had fun with the first Dead Island. I know Phoenix did when it first came out.
I don't remember liking
You
it
don't
very
remember?
much.
Really? Oh.
I mean, I played it. I don't know. Like, I remember getting to a certain part in that game, and it was like that was a long kind of like.
Well, we played it together, I think, online.
I remember getting like to the first islandy area, whatever it was, and I feel like it took forever to get there. And then I got into like it was like the first sewer level. I was moving to the next main zone. My
I
game
remember.
crashed, some bug happened, and all my progress was lost. And I'm just like, I'm done.
Likewise.
And then I realized I was only maybe like even a third through the game, and I felt like I already put like 12 hours into it. Maybe I was just bad at the game, but I don't know. I felt like it was kind of bland at the time. Like it was fine for what it was. That was back when zombie games were a dime a dozen. There were 30
Yeah.
different zombie games, and like you had Left 4 Dead, which for me was pinnacle zombie gameplay at the time.
Dead Rising was pretty high at that point.
Yeah, and this game just didn't do it to me. It also too like you remember the first trailer for the first Dead Island, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that like with the girl falling backwards out of the window, it was like
Yeah. Mhm.
everybody
I
was
remember
lauding that as this huge like awesome trailer. The game is nothing like the tone they set up in that trailer, so it kind of felt like a bait and switch to me the whole time. Like when I'm playing it, like this just doesn't.
Hoodoo, you voodoo. It was like that whole rap song.
Yeah,
Better get out of sight.
was that
Hoodoo,
it?
you voodoo.
I,
Yeah. Hoodoo, you voodoo. Be. Dun, dun. I remember the
I
song.
remember the
it.
first. Man, I remember that the first trailer was like this very kind of like downer kind of thing. I could be.
Well, no, you're right. It was a trailer, but that was the opening to the game.
Oh yes, okay.
There's like a
Yes.
rap song.
You're right. So the game just had this really weird like juxtaposition to the trailer, so that was kind of jarring. And the gameplay itself was just okay, and then like had that bug hit me, and I was just kind of done. So, I mean, I looked at the trailer for the new one, and it looks good, I guess. I don't know. It's very gory, far more gory than I think the first one was. Like they're like punching holes in like zombies' faces, and like you see the empty cavities and stuff. So I mean,
Sheesh.
Might
cool.
be fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm based upon the first one. I'm very hesitant, and because this has taken so long to even kind of resurge at all, just makes me leery of the whole thing. So I don't know. I hope it's good. I mean, for those who are anticipating it, great. But this is very much going to be a wait and see for me. I gotta see how it actually plays out.
Yeah.
What about you, Metal Gamer? Are you tantalized by the zombies?
I'm like hit or miss on it. When I played Dead Island, I played it, and then as I was playing it, I'm just like, okay, I'm stuck on a something or whatever's, and there's like a million zombies coming after me, and then they just kept killing me. I'm like, you know what? I think I'm done.
Yeah.
It just kind of got really like, I don't know.
It got
It wasn't-
tedious, and the narrative was not that engaging. Like nothing really like pulled you through that game. And the gameplay I didn't think was good enough to pull you through that game. I know like my nephew loved it, so he played the crap out of it. So I watched him kind of finish the whole campaign. So there's clearly a market for this game. It just wasn't for me. Apparently, maybe not so much for you either, Metal Gamer.
The demographic is nephews.
That's it.
Yeah.
I would just say for me, I think something that's coming back to me is I do remember kind of liking the game at first, and I remember I didn't start really liking the game until I started using cheat codes. And then the cheat codes make it more fun because you're running around like just blasting.
Yeah, because you're not dealing with all the strict mechanics
die.
that make you die every 5 seconds. And
At that
Well, I
point,
remember
you
'cause
just
the-
Borderlands like that, and then that's it. You just kind of go ahead and just do a blast off and keep
Well,
on
I remember
playing.
because that was a game where like all of your weapons would destroy after a few hits, and you're just like, well, my weapon I just built is gone now. You know.
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, but it I don't know. Watching the trailer, it seems like they're going a different route with it. Like the gameplay I saw did not look like the first game. I would hope it didn't, because that game's like how old now? So maybe this will be a whole different, feeling game. So I'll give it a chance. I'm just as it going into it, kind of cautious with which direction it might go.
No expectations for me.
Fair
That's
enough.
it.
All
There
right.
there is one game that I
Okay.
thought that was interesting that you didn't put on.
Mm.
I was looking at it, and the what is it? The Gearbox Bethesda game that they're throwing out there, that the RPG one. It's called like Windsword or something like that, or
Wins or I don't
yeah.
remember that.
It's apparently
that
they're
either.
like, yeah. Apparently that's one that it's supposed to be like taking place in like a fictional version of Portugal in the Middle Ages.
Oh, yeah. That's the weird. It's not Bethesda. It was Obsidian, wasn't it? That's the one we were talking about. That's like the, unless I'm thinking it wrong, the like graphic novel-y looking thing, kind of 2D. Is that what you're talking about? Or is that something different?
No, you're talking about the Obsidian game.
Yeah. Maybe
That
I'm
was
misreading him.
I don't know what he. But the only reason I wouldn't have added everything is because there were some games that we had also talked about in the Xbox showcase or the Xbox event, so I may not have put it in there because we had already talked about it
Well,
previously.
maybe this game doesn't really sound familiar then. It's not the one I'm thinking of. I don't know. It went past my radar.
That's the only reason I wouldn't have put it on there, is if we had already talked about it, though.
What was the name of it?
Honestly.
Word Song.
Word Song.
Word song.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's supposed
Pull up
to have
something
some
about
like
it.
really RPG mechanics with like combats and questing, and I don't think it's.
Are you talking about Silk Song? No.
No, Word Song.
Silk Song is the game that's the
I mean, there's
Shovel
no real
Knight
gameplay
or
or
whatever.
anything on it. It doesn't seem like
Yeah, I can't find
this is
anything
a-
about it. Wind Song or Word Song?
Word Song.
Word Song. Yeah, I'm not seeing that.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks interesting.
yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah, we'll let
Oh,
Phoenix look at
I
it.
see. Word Song with a Y. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty. They don't. It just seems like a pre-trailer or what, or some trailer of like.
'Cause I didn't watch every day of Gamescom. I only watched the first day's show.
They seem
Well,
to have. They seem to be having some
yeah.
other games that look pretty cool.
How do
So
we miss
cool.
this? This thing does look kind of cool.
Yeah,
What is
this
it called?
By the people who made like freaking Elder Scrolls and Fallout.
Word Stone?
Word Song. WYRD Song.
I mean, the trailer looks interesting. That like.
Yeah, I'm kind of
sort
reading about it right now.
Like this looks
Oh,
pretty.
that looks cool. I didn't see it. I missed that somehow.
Yeah, it just seems like a
Backing from
it's-
NetEase.
Apparently, it's in pre-alpha right now, so it's kind of like, and it's gonna be on, I guess multiple consoles since it's Unreal Engine 3, so Engine 5, so it should be.
No, they don't have much info on it at all.
From what it
Oh,
seems,
that is interesting though.
yep, 13.2 mil.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, the art looks cool. I'll keep that on my radar.
Yeah.